So today we will analyze the provisions governing disqualification of directors. Now let's start. As you know, a body corporate, being a legal entity, is run by its management, and the management of body corporates consists of obviously human beings, which are known as directors. The directors as combined force are called the board of directors. The board of directors of a company is the mind behind all the decisions, acts and transactions which take place in a business. But you know what? They act according to the instructions of the members and shareholders of the company, who are the true owners of the company. As we all know, if you are the shareholder of the company, that means that you are the owner of the company. Now, how does this members and shareholders give direction to the directors? Obviously by two methods. One is by passing ORNGM, that is ordinary resolution, or by passing SRNGM, which is known as special resolution. In these two processes, the members and the shareholders give direction to the directors of the company on what to do and what not to do. In India, only an individual can be appointed as a director of a company. The Companies Act 2013 and SEBI LODR Regulations 2015 and other acts have specified some disqualifications on occurring of which a person cannot be appointed as director of a company. So today in this video, we are going to see the disqualifications mentioned in the Companies Act 2013. Now, when we talk about the disqualifications of the directors of the Companies Act 2013, then one section should be clear in our mind, that is section 164. Section 164 subsection 1, section 164 subsection 2 and section 164 subsection 3 deals with the disqualification of the directors. Understood? Now, a person getting appointment as directors is required to fulfill eligibility criteria as prescribed under provisions of section 164 of the Companies Act 2013. If any person is suffering from any of such disqualifications which is mentioned in section 164, such person cannot be termed as an eligible person to get appointed as a director. And a director is required to fulfill this eligibility criteria during the tenure of her directorship. Otherwise, he or she is liable to vacate office under provision of section 167 of the Companies Act 2013. So section 167 deals with vacation, that is vacating the office, right? Now, if you are disqualified under section 164, then you have to leave your office, you have to vacate your office under section 167 of the Companies Act 2013. So section 164 and section 167 goes hand in hand, right? Now we will talk about section 164 subsection 1. In subsection 1, there are around 8 clauses to understand. In subsection 2, there are around 2 clauses to understand, and in subsection 3 there is only 1 clause to understand. Okay, so first of all we are going to see section 164 subsection 1 clause A. Okay, what does clause A say? Clause A say that if a person is of unsound mind, then he can't be a director of the company. The second clause says that if you are an undischarged insolvent, you are insolvent and you are undischarged, at that moment you can't be a director of the company. Clause C says that applied to be adjudicated as an insolvent, but it is pending. So you have applied to the court asking the court to please adjudge me, declare me as I am insolvent, but this case is still pending. So in such time also it is considered as disqualified to be a director. Once you have applied for it, you are disqualified. Clause D says that convicted by court for any offense, moral turpitude or otherwise. Understood? So if you are convicted by court for what? Any offense or moral turpitude, for imprisonment of not less than 6 months and 5 years have not elapsed. Understand this properly. If you are convicted by the court for 6 months of imprisonment, you have to wait. You have to wait for a period of 5 years to again be qualified as a director. Once you have convicted for 6 months of imprisonment, you can't be a director after the expiry of 6 months. You have to wait for 5 long years and then you can be a director. Now this clause also says that if you are convicted by the court for more than 7 years or more, then you are disqualified for lifetime. You can't be director for your entire life once you are convicted for 7 years of imprisonment or more. Clause E says that if you are disqualified by court or any tribunal, then also you are disqualified to be a director of the company, right? Now clause F says that if you have made calls in arrear of more than 6 months, okay, 6 months and more you have made calls in arrear. In such cases also you can't be a director of the company. Now clause G says that if you are convicted of the offense dealing with related party transaction at any time during the last preceding 5 years. So in the last preceding 5 years, if you are convicted for any offense of related party transaction which is listed under section 188 of the Companies Act 2013, then you are disqualified to be a director of the company. And last but not the least, that is clause H. Clause H says that if you don't have director identification number which is DIN, then you obviously can't be a director of the company, right? Now this is listed under section 152 subsection 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Now we are over with section 164 subsection 1. Now we will jump to section 164 subsection 2. Now section 164 subsection 2 actually has clauses which can be divided into 2 parts, that is clause A and clause B, but here we're gonna divide it into 4 parts, that is clause A, B, C and D. Now section 164 subsection 2A clause A says that non-filing of financial statements or annual return for any continuous period of 3 financial years, then you are disqualified to be a director of the company. Section 164 subsection 2 clause B says that if you have made default in repayment of the deposit accepted by the company or default in payment of interest thereof, then also you are disqualified to be a director, right? Section 164 subsection 2 clause C says that if you have made a default in redemption of any debentures on the due date or you have made default in the payment of interest, then also you are disqualified. And last but not the least, section 164 subsection 2 clause D says that if you have made default in payment of any dividend which is declared by you, then you are disqualified to be a director of the company. Now we will go to section 164 subsection 3. Here is only one clause, that is a private company may in its article provide for any disqualification. Now it's up to the private company. If he wants, then it can provide necessary provisions in its articles which will result to disqualification of a director. Now this section 164 subsection 1, 2 and 3 talks about the disqualification of a director. I hope the entire concept is clean and clear. If you have loved the video, then do give a like and subscribe to the channel. We will meet in another video. Thank you so much everyone. Happy learning guys. Bye bye and take care.